So we'll be doing some movement of the body practices which in and of themselves are good for flexibility or just for stretching the body when we can spend so much of our day not moving. But these are gentle movements, and they are not going to be asking too much of us. It won't be like certain yoga poses, for example, that can be a bit exertional or a bit challenging. These will be much more subtle than that, but still use your own judgment. So in a little bit I might show you a practice like this, but use your own judgment. If you have something going on with the knee, if for whatever reason you're feeling dizzy, do whatever kind of adjustment you want, because it's not about the not about the
sensations of the body.
Well, it's not about the movement itself as much as it is paying attention, being aware of it. Does that make sense? Okay. Also, just as an aside, but it's not fundamental, I think, to the practice we're doing that we know this, but I'm sharing with you exercises that come from a tradition known as Qigong, which is an ancient Chinese set of practices. And you've probably seen at times shows or things where people are out in the morning doing these sort of movements or doing these slow things, and that's sort of in the spirit of this. But this is, so these movements don't come from nowhere, but they, and so there might be a little benefit in addition to it if that's of interest to you, because that's a whole world that can be explored as well.
Is that the same thing as Tai Chi?
They're related, they're very much related. Qigong is the sort of an umbrella term of which Tai Chi falls within. Okay, so first let's begin just with a little bit of this. So the idea here is give yourself a little room. Allow, if you would like, allow the leg, like this leg that's in the opposite direction of where you're going, to just lift up so you're not so rigid. And there's no right way to do this, but there is this, like, let the body turn naturally without trying so hard. Let the arms swing without trying so hard. And we'll do this for just a few moments. And notice the breath flowing through the body. And in the spirit of the mindfulness practice, and in the spirit of Miguel's good observation a moment ago, notice the sensations here and there. Okay, we'll slow it down. So that's a nice little way to start the process to get the body moving a little bit. Now what we'll do is we will do an exercise that really is inviting us to reach down. Okay, so I guess I should say this also. Let's begin by establishing a certain posture and quality of mind. So let's stand straight. And the idea here is to lengthen, to sort of see if you can let your your body pull itself up and down so that you tuck the tailbone in a little bit, so you're not like this. And then to expand the belly, so we're going from lengthening, and don't be rigid, don't force yourself, just sort of maintain a little bit of a longer stance, upward and downward, and then expanding, deepening, so a deeper breath. And you might notice that the breath starts with the belly, sort of for part one of the breath, and then at some point, the lower part of the torso, the chest expands around it. But this is just deepening through the breath. And then let's put out our left hand and our right hand, sort of left hand, the past. So everything that's come before this moment. The right hand, the future, everything yet to come. Let's bring them together. Right here. Feel that point of contact, because those sensations are here now. Okay, then we can lower. And then I'll do this once, and then you can follow me. I'm going to reach down. It's like I'm scooping up, coming sort of to the heart, expanding outward, and then coming down back here. So let's do this together. We'll start here. Legs sort of shoulder width apart, but whatever's comfortable for you. And we're not doing this as much as we are this. So let's come down, scoop up, come to the heart center, if you will, and then open. Feel the stretch, and come down. This is a very gentle, slow movement. We're not in any rush. You can't do this wrong. You're all doing it really terrific. Let's do it again. And this time you might want to think as we come down, it's like we were once a child, learning to walk, standing up, stretching, opening up into adulthood. And here we are. Let's hold it here for a moment. We're open, we're receptive, we're ready for what this moment offers us, which might even mean we're being a little bit vulnerable, like you're here. And we sort of feel this, allow this moment not to pass too quickly. And then coming back, and one last time. And here as we go down, it's like the roots of a tree. We're reaching down the roots of a tree, we're coming up, and now like a tree, we're branching out. Let the head fall back just gently, comfortably, so that you're not straining. And feel the stretch as we then come up and down. And then we allow our hands to sort of stay right here. So we come back to this spot. And now we'll do the second exercise, which is expanding on the in-breath, letting the belly sort of expand and then coming back. And here this is a slower, deeper breath because we're inhaling and exhaling. But it's like your hands are coaxing out the breath. And exhaling. Nice. And now, lifting the right arm up above, turning to the left. Okay. And you'll notice your right elbow is up. And we're about to, in just a moment, we're going to move in the direction of the right elbow. The whole body will slowly move to the right-hand side. You'll see me doing it as we do it together. But these hands in front of you, look at them and let them be a little soft. If your shoulders are sort of, if you're holding and tensing in your shoulders, let your shoulders drop a little bit. These are like clouds. It's like they're clouds that are in front of you. This is known as cloud hands. And so now we're going to slowly turn to the right as the clouds move across the way. And you're looking at your top hand, sort of paying attention. And as you get over to the other side, then you look up, so you now no longer are looking at the hand, but you're looking just sort of with a larger gaze at what's in front of you as the hands shift position. So the lower hand moves to the top hand moves down, very nice. And now we go back the other way. And again, don't miss this. It's this gentle, slow movement. You feel the body moving slowly. And then when we get to this side, again, they switch, but we take a moment and look at the larger gaze in front of us. And then we turn back and look at the hand as we turn the body, looking at the right hand as we breathe. And now for the last time, switch the hands again. Let the gaze go a little bit larger. And now as we come back, keep your right hand sort of where it is, so that the left hand moves back, and now you have this sort of open stance like this. Just look at me so you can establish this. Good, very nice. And now we're going to, like the sun, we're going to lift up. When we get to the top, we're going to come this way, and we're going to wish for somebody out there, somebody who maybe is having a difficult time, or maybe just a dear friend. May they be happy. Pick your person. As the hands come down, and then coming back, and as we sort of go up, this is the sun coming back up, and now we wish for ourselves as we come down towards ourselves. May I be happy. It is a tricky life. And then we allow the hands to come once again in the upward direction. And for the last time in this pose, we go up and we wish, may all beings, may everyone be happy. And then, as we come around, we hold a pose right here. You can let your legs sort of, a little bit of a, you don't need to lock your legs if they were. And then just rest like this for a few moments. No movement. Aware of the breath, aware of the heartbeat. aware of what you see, aware. And if your thoughts are moving about, you just gently bring your attention back to the sensations in the arms. There's probably a little bit of a tingling you feel. If it hurts at all, you should lower, make any adjustments so that you're not in pain. Your shoulders, for example, are achy. And so we'll rest here for just a moment. Breathing. And then we'll gently lower the hands. Step back together. And we'll just drift. So we'll drift in for a moment. Just